Hey, today I am finishing my Robin Hood expedition by talking about 3 modern Robin Hood films. And the names of those 3 films are Robin of Locksley, Robin Hood 2010, and Robin Hood 2018. First up is Robin of Locksley. This is a 1996 made-for-TV Canadian/American film, and it's amazing. I legitimately, non-ironically love this film. It's great. So the basic premise is this teenage boy's parents win the lottery, so now they're suddenly rich, and he gets thrown into a prep school, but he really hates it because prep schools are filled with rich snobs, which he is not. And then one day, this poor downtrodden kid gets hurt, and he needs money for surgery, so Robin decides to steal from the rich to give to the poor. And yeah, no joke, this film is terrific. It's definitely, without a doubt, a made-for-TV movie. Like, it does all of the things that you expect from a made-for-TV movie. It's super cheesy and ridiculous, but it does an excellent job of translating the Robin Hood mythos into a modern film, and then also, like, checking every single box that I have for a good Robin Hood movie. First off, it's fun. It's so much fun. It's just a good time. Secondly, Robin Hood is charming, but also a little bit of a dick. Maid Marian, played by Sarah Chalke, who you know from Scrubs, she's so good in this. She is also very charming, but also headstrong and stands on her own. She has like a whole bunch of horse stuff that's really fun. They do a good job of making the cast of characters, in particular the merry men, really stand out on their own. The villains are also really good. They're stereotypical villains, but like they're great. I in particularly crazy loved the Sheriff of Nottingham. He's an FBI agent in this, and he is just so ridiculous and goofy, but like, it really works for me. He doesn't come in until much later into the movie, and he just kind of injects more fun into it. And yeah, it's great. I definitely, without a doubt, recommend it, though I will say you have to be prepared for a made-for-TV movie, because that's what this is. It's a Hallmark movie with all of the classic staples of a Hallmark movie. So as long as you can accept that, you're in for a really, really good, silly, fun time. Next up is Robin Hood 2010. This stars Russell Crowe and is directed by Ridley Scott. It also has Cate Blanchett and like a bajillion other actors that you know. And the basic premise is this is an older Robin Hood, actually the oldest Robin Hood. He's even older than Sean Connery, though he doesn't look it. And so this Robin eventually thwarts France's attempt to take over a divided England via a secret beach invasion a la D-Day in Normandy sort of thing. This movie is just boring. It takes itself way too seriously and is just boring. I just really didn't care about any of the characters or what was going on. And that the plot is just so absurd and ridiculous, but not in a fun way. Though I will say that the action scenes are really good. That definitely is like a good standout for it. And I did like Cate Blanchett as Maid Marian. I thought she was interesting. And Russell Crowe's not bad as Robin Hood. There are little things that I did like about it. I do think it did a good job with the characters. Oscar Isaac is in this, and he's a lot of fun. I enjoyed Mark Strong as the villain. Kevin Durand was also really, really great. I loved all 3 of the merry men. They really nailed that. Though we didn't get the stick scene. I love the stick scene where he meets Little John. Every single time that happens, I'm like, yeah. That's great. I don't know why I love that scene so much. So yeah, it's not a good movie, but it's not the worst. It's okay. It's all right. It's a meh. It deserves its place in the meh category, that's for sure. So even though people like modern movies, I really wouldn't recommend this one. Even though it does have modern doings, it's not worth it. I don't recommend it. And lastly is Robin Hood 2018. This one stars Taron Egerton, and I'm very frustrated by this film. because it nails so many things on the Robin Hood good movie checklist. Taron does a great job as Robin. He's very charismatic and charming, but also a bit of a dick. Maid Marian is very strong and independent and a little bit flirty, though it's clear during like one of the makeout scenes that the actress was not into it, but it's kind of looked past that weirdness. They included the Muslim character via Jamie Foxx, which I always like that. It has really, really good action, and it's really, really fun. The issue is, it's really dumb. Like, I hate how incredibly fucking dumb this movie is. Like, it just kind of beats you over the head with how dumb it is. And like, it's trying so damn hard to be cool. Like, it wants you to think that Robin Hood is Batman. This is basically just a Batman movie, but with Robin Hood instead of Batman. And I hate that so much. He's not Batman. Stop making him Batman. And then on top of it, like, what gets me is that they treat bow and arrows and crossbows like they're machine guns. That's it. Like, they literally have a machine gun crossbow. Like, the opening action scene is basically just a scene from Black Hawk Down, except everyone's holding bows and arrows and crossbows, but they're still firing like they're machine guns. So it makes no sense whatsoever. And then the costumes. Oh my god, the costumes. According to IMDb trivia, the costume designer was instructed to make the costumes 1/3 historically accurate, 1/3 modern, and 1/3 futuristic. That. I hate them so much. Why did they set this movie during the Third Crusade? They start the movie off with some narration being like, this isn't the story you think it is. We're also not going to tell you the date and give you the history because you don't care about that. No, just do what the frickin' made-for-TV movie is and don't set this during the Third Crusade. Why did a Canadian made-for-TV movie understand this really simple concept that this big high-budget Hollywood movie couldn't frickin' understand? Just set this in a dystopian future, and then you can have all sorts of cool, crazy costumes, and then you can do some cool bow and arrow futuristic tech. Like, you can still do all the gun stuff that you apparently love doing, except it'll make more sense because it's a future where things are just weird instead of a make-believe part of the past that's just fucking dumb. Ugh. There are fireballs like every 10 minutes. I got so angry at them. They're just fireballs, but why are you there? There's a mine. There is a mine in this movie, and for some reason, there is just constant sparks flying everywhere the entire time. Why? Why is this happening? Why do you want this film set during the Industrial Revolution? Just set it there. Don't have it set. Okay, I hate this. I'm so upset. I'm so angry. See, this is why this is a didn't like. Even though they do so many things right, it just pisses me off so much. You could have had a cool film if you wouldn't have tried so hard. Why you gotta be this way? So, yeah, no. Hardcore, do not recommend this movie. It is bad. Even if you're not a Robin Hood fanboy like me. It's just dumb. Don't watch it. I'm a Robin Hood fanboy now. I can't believe this is a thing. All right, let's move on with my life. Alrighty, now for today's rankings. First up, we got Robin of Locksley sitting at number 19 in the really liked. It definitely deserves that spot. It's really good, especially compared to these other two films. And then after that, a long ways down, is Robin Hood 2010 sitting at number 40 at the bottom of the meh category. And then bringing up the rear, rightfully so, is Robin Hood 2018 sitting at number 43 in the didn't like section. And this is out of a total of 45 old movies so far this year.